Hey everyone, Caront here, welcoming you back to Suikoden 5. In the last episode, we made our way to the prison to find our newest tactician. Well, our only tactician. But to find our new tactician, Lucretia Mayer. She came along with us after some debate, along with her friends and guards, Cius and Lillet. Cius and Lillet are meh party members. We're mostly excited about the presence of a tactician who's going to help us out. In this episode, of course, we're here in Raft Fleet, and we're hoping to be able to stave off General Luger's naval fleet, which is coming apparently to wreck Raft Fleet. I do want to go ahead and point out before I go upstairs that I have pretty much spent all the Prince's SP. In doing so, I got all of his skills leveled up to at least D rank. You want to go ahead and start leveling the Prince's skills as much as you can. Okay, I should revise myself. I've updated his physical skills. Magic skills, not so much, not yet at least. But for the Prince, if you have any extra SP for him laying around, go ahead and use it to start leveling up all of his stuff. The target rank that you want to get his stuff up to is level A. If you do that, then you should be in good shape for the best epic skill in the game, which levels up everything. Magic, physical, the whole 9 yards. He has it, and there's one other character in the game that can use it as well. So go ahead and do that with the Prince. With other characters, you'll probably want to be a little more selective depending on what epic skills they have available. But with the Prince, just go ahead and go whole hog. Just level them all up as you can. Try not to use party SP if at all possible, because we want to use that for specific skills a little bit later on in the game. So save it up for now, but if you have regular SP to use, by all means go ahead and use it. One thing actually that I'll point out while I'm thinking about it, and I'm not going to do it right now, but the move SP bit there, you notice that Leon has 1400 SP. We can move it to party SP at the cost of 10%. So if we wanted to move all of Leon's SP over to party SP, which we're not, but just in case you want to, you can move 1300 over and it becomes immediately available to any other characters. You can do that with pretty much any character in the game, and this is particularly useful for characters like, say, Cornelio, who we don't care about. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and move his party SP over. Why not? So, you can do that with any character you like. For the characters you don't care about, it's an easy way to get a little bit of extra party SP after you've used them, or if you've had to use them in a certain segment, you can just dump their SP into party SP, and everybody's happy, I guess. Okay, so now that we've taken care of all of that, let's go ahead and head upstairs and talk to the folks at Raft Fleet. Your Highness? Hey, where have you been? Lucretia? Did you say Lucretia? Lady Sialeeds, Admiral Raja. It's been a long time. Ah, and that man must be Deathblow George, and the lady must be Log's wife, Kisara, correct? How do you all do? My name is Lucretia Mayer. I've just become His Royal Highness's personal tactician. I'm looking forward to working with all of you. How do you do? Never in a million years did I. Well, what do you know? I'd been looking into busting out Lady Mercedes myself, but I kept running into dead ends. And here you come, casually strolling in with her like it's no big deal. This isn't the time to be joking. So, what's the situation? Oh yes, that's right. General Luger's fleet delivered an ultimatum. They ordered us to surrender our autonomy and swear allegiance to the future queen, Princess Lemslia. And if we don't, they'll subjugate us by force. When I heard that, I rushed over here. It's one thing to go after us, but to go after Raft Fleet as well? You're either with them or you're against them. It's that simple. They hate us, of course, but they hate self-governing regions like Raft Fleet almost as much. And they're doing all of this in the name of poor Princess Lemslia? How dare they? So, what do you plan to do, Admiral? Oh. I used to head up that fleet, you know, and Barham was my trusted assistant. I trusted him with my life, in fact. I know better than anybody just how formidable he can be. It would be crazy for us to try to take on the Godwin Navy head-on, especially with Barham at the helm. But I'm not a quitter, and there's not a quitter here on Raftfleet, but I don't know what to do. It's simple. All you have to do is drive them away, Admiral. All you have to do? You make it sound so simple. Well then. Then that means you must have a plan, eh, Lucretia? Yes, that's right. But you're His Highness's tactician, aren't you? Yes, good point. Prince, what would you like to do? Will you aid Raftfleet? Yeah, of course we're going to. Your Highness. Are you sure, Your Highness? We refused your request, remember? That's alright, though. Thank you, Your Highness. I can't begin to express Raftfleet's gratitude. Alright, let's get started then. I want you to close all the sluice gates upriver from here. Can you do that for me? Huh? Well, I think if we ask Lucretia, she'll do it for us. Aha! Now I'm starting to get the picture. Oh, I forgot all about that too. You're incredible! Always thinking 3 steps ahead of everyone else. And you've always been like this. Oh, you need not praise me so. I just have a good memory, that's all. And thus, we get ready for our second naval battle. Well, our second army battle, but it's a naval battle. Again, we don't have much to do, really, with the party composition, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would be boning up these ships in a hurry. But you notice, we've got a pretty fair variety. We've got comm ships, we've got a couple of archer ships here. Well, we got 4 archer ships, really. And we got 1 ram boarded or steered by the lone boss. That's what I was meaning to say. Okay, so for this one, I think I want to put Lucretia in as morale. And honestly, I don't remember right offhand what morale does, but I'm going to tell you in editing, so ha ha ha. And then with George and Sialides, we really can't do much of anything with that. I mean, what I could do, actually I could remove Sialides. And never mind, that doesn't matter because Flowing Rune's not going to be useful here, so you know what, whatever, let's just load them up. Not going to mean anything really, but still, at least they'll be there. Okay, I think that pretty much does it for organizing, so let's go ahead and start. Welcome to Army Battle number 2, Intercepting General Luger's fleet. General, there's been an answer from Raftfleet. They have the audacity to refuse our request. Just as I expected. I didn't think Admiral Raja would go for it. In that case, is it time, sir? We have no choice. Are you sure, sir? Many of our senior members used to serve under Admiral Raja. You don't have to tell me. I myself am one of those members. But Lord Godwin is right. If Falena is to ascend to its greatest potential, it must be truly unified. We can't have regions that move around as they please, writing their own laws. We must have cultural homogeny. And if Admiral Raja can't see that, I will have to defeat her in battle, even if I'm seen as a traitor. Oh boy, this is like fighting my own children. Admiral, going against my most trusted student, this has to be fate. People of Raftfleet, I want you all to understand the gravity of this battle. Raftfleet's very existence is on the line. I want you to give this fight everything you've got. And don't forget about us. The Prince wants to save Raftfleet, and we're going to do everything we can to make that wish come true. You tell him, boys. We really appreciate you coming to support us, Lord Wild. But please don't let your fleet get out in front. That would be dangerous. Dangerous? General, the river's water level is going down. Did they close the sluice gates? Well, the Phaetos River is deep. A desperation move like that won't get them anywhere. Don't worry about it. All battleships continue to advance. Here they come! Here they come! Here they come! Here they come! Ah, it's all going according to plan. Draw them to you, but don't let them get too close. Okay, so, let's go ahead and take a look at the map, shall we? We've got Luger's fleet over here. Let's see, ram, comm ship, archer ship, another archer ship, comm ship, and Luger's own archer ship, which is a 5-star ship. Everything else, though, is less than what we have, so we basically have the upper hand, because we have the Dahak, which is also a 5-star ship, and our ships overall are better, because you notice we've got 3 and 4 stars. They have 2 and 3 stars, so we're at an advantage there. The numbers are pretty even, though, too, but apparently Lucretia doesn't seem to be too concerned about that, so I guess with that, let's go ahead and start. Your Highness, may I have a word? This is your first time in a naval battle, right? Ships can be divided into 3 types, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. Combat ships overpower rams, which in turn overpower archer ships, which in turn overpower combat ships. So it's the same, basically, rock, paper, scissors mechanism as the land battles. The way I think of it is pretty much the way that I think of the land battles. Archers will shoot holes in combat troops, troops will run over cavalry, which is what the rams are, and the cavalry will basically run over archers. Is that right? Okay, that's not right in reality, but that's the way it is in this game. The rams essentially are effectively your cavalry, pretty much. Keep these relationships in mind. You'll be at a great disadvantage if you don't plan attacks accordingly. And there are more ships in addition to the 3 basic types, but you can figure those ones out on your own. Gee, thanks, Raja. Your leadership will determine the fate of Raft Fleet, so I want to see you give it all you've got. Well, I guess with that, let's go. Also, I will add, I really like Raft Fleet's flag. The Cerberus there, or the Hydra, I guess, with the flames and the trident. It's really fun. Okay, so at the beginning, don't worry about moving, because after a short bit... Ah! What's the matter? Battleship 1, please report your status immediately. They seem to have hit something, sir. What? But how? There shouldn't be any shallows around here. What's going on? The riverbed in that area is covered in wreckage. Huge pieces of wreckage from the dam Lord Barrows tried to build. After Lord Lake destroyed the dam, we tried to clear the wreckage away. There wasn't much we could do about the debris left on the river's floor. It's not a problem for us, but warships like Luger's will run aground on that debris before they know what hit them. Battleships 3 and 5 are stranded as well, sir. They can't move. Damn it! How come the enemy isn't having the same problem? Because they know these Raft Fleet people. They're one with the river. Wowzers, half of them fell for it. What a kick in the pants for him. My lady, shall we take advantage of this opportunity and wipe them out? We need not do that. Right, Admiral? Right. As long as we drive them off, that's good enough for me. We don't want to take lives unless it's absolutely necessary. Don't bother with the ships that have run aground. Just target the ones that can still move. And we'll help too. Alright, so now, let's go ahead and kind of form up a little bit. I want to effectively let the enemy come to us because I want to be able to dive in and go after their ranks as I wish. Okay, so now they're starting to turn a little bit. Okay, they're beginning to hit the slow portion. Now, what I want to try to do in this battle is go after the comm ships first, or go after the early ships first. I want to save Barham's if I can, if at all possible. Alright, so you're steering. I'm going to go ahead and send Boz straight at you. And let's go ahead and send Archer ship. And okay, this one's got a couple of bits of recover, so that's going to be good. Let's go ahead and use that. Now you, Alright. Yeah, you go after him too, actually. Okay, comm ship I think will be good. Actually, no. Alright, so I need to send the ram after that one too. Okay, but now we got 3 ships going for this comm ship here. We should be able to take it down pretty easily. Okay, good. That actually sent him in a good direction because now I can go ahead and just start sending the other archer ships out there. And actually, let's go ahead and send the 4th archer ship to just really cluster things up. You tell them, boys. Okay, good. That took down over half their crew, so Boz's next hit is going to take them out. Alright, go Dahak, go! Let's see what a 5-star ship can do to this. Should be pretty potent, I would think. It may even take them out entirely. It did! Nice. Okay, so... Alright, we got a stamina ring from it. Good. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and use Barrage to drive off Barham's ship a little bit, because I want to give Boz time to go after the other one. And since they have more than one barrage, yeah, I think we should be in pretty decent shape to keep his ship away. Because the ship that can do the most damage ultimately to his is Boz's, which is about to wreck the other one. Okay, rest of you guys, go ahead and pull back. Alright, and he'll take them down. This, if I remember correctly, actually should end the battle. Alright, so that one went down, and it just leaves Luger's flagship. And that is why I wanted to go after the 2 lieutenant ships before I went after Barham Luger's. Because the flowing piece, which is definitely a good item to get. We're done for. All mobile ships, pick up the survivors. We're pulling out. And thus, we kick ass, pretty much. That was a really well done battle in a lot of ways. I couldn't have asked for a better performance ultimately. We did it! Did you see that? Did you see that? We did it! We beat the Royal Navy! Long live the Admiral! Long live the Prince! Long live Lucretia! Your Highness, Lucretia, we are forever indebted to you. You've saved Raftfleet as we know it. On behalf of all of us, I thank you. And anyone would have done the same. Oh please, don't pull that false modesty act. You did a great job. You deserve all the praise you're getting. And now we get some really nice music to go along with it. Yeah! And now it's our turn to help you. What do you mean? Didn't Lund tell you? Raftfleet women always repay their debts twice over. She wasn't kidding, you know. Prince Freodor, from now on, Raftfleet is your steadfast ally. We'll see this battle through to the end. Wow, Prince! Yoo-hoo! Yeah, we got Raja! And Kisara! And the game doesn't tell you, but we got Log and Lun as Stars of Destiny too. So, it looks like you're heading back to Rainwall. I'm sorry, but I have to stay here. I'll have Kisara go with you in my place, though, as a proud representative of Raftfleet. Yes, Admiral. So, it looks like I'll be accompanying you from here on out, Your Highness. Well, alrighty then. Sounds good to me, although for some reason Log and Lund leave the party. Never have figured that one out, really. Okay, so... let's see. Alright, Kisara's definitely going in the party. Sialese is going in the party because we hadn't had her in the party for a while. Of these two, I'm taking Lele because she's got better stats, and you two, well, y'all can just go ahead and sit in the entourage. I think. I guess that works-ish? I don't know. That'll work, I guess. Alright, so we got ourselves some new Stars of Destiny, we've won a naval battle and all that good stuff. We're not quite done here yet, though, actually. there is one more character that we can pick up now that we are here in Raftfleet and we've won the battle. And there's also one other thing I want to show you before we go into finishing up the episode. Because there's actually a little bit of a quirk that you can exploit if you wish, that can essentially guarantee you unlimited wealth. Well, not unlimited wealth, but you can get rich pretty quickly based off of this, and you can get some stuff that to some degree kind of reduces the challenge of the late game. Well, not late game, reduces the challenge of the early game a good bit. Alright, so the character we need to pick up is actually down here in the item shop. Oh, Your Highness! Thanks for protecting Raftfleet! Can't believe you repelled that armada! You're absolutely amazing! Huh? Who am I? I'm the most powerful merchant in Thelena. Well, I'm actually the most powerful merchant's grandson. Shinro's the name. Nice to meet you. The nerve of them trying to force Raftfleet to do their will. Ridiculous if you ask me. For trade to work, merchants need to be able to go where they want, buying cheaply and selling to their customers. We can't have bloodthirsty guys like Godwin in charge. It's bad for business. And I'm all about business, of course. Your Highness, you can't let Godwin cramp my style. Hey, I'll even help you out. Whee! We get Shinro! I can't fight, but I can get you the stuff you'll need so you can fight. With my trusty abacus at my side, I'll be the best merchant in the land, believe it. Alright, so we have our item merchant, and I don't think he has anything special for us, really. No, okay. So we've got our item merchant, Shinro, as he mentioned, is the most trusted merchant's grandson, meaning he is Cyro's grandson. So, yeah, we got ourselves a little bit of a family affair here. Speaking of a little bit of a family affair, let me stop for a second and let's profile all the new characters we just got, shall we? First off, we have Raja. And Raja is an army battle only character, so no stats for her, but she commands the Dahak, which is, as you notice, a 5-star archery ship. That will be present in all of our naval battles, and oh boy is it a good one. It's one of a few 5-star units you'll be able to get in the game, so definitely take advantage of its strength early on. I highly, highly endorse it. As far as the battle characters are concerned, we'll talk about Log first. Log is very much a brawler, and his stats reflect it. He has very high strength and high HP, but his magic and MP are horrid. His speed is not really that great, and he's not going to be much of a dodger either. His technique and agility are okay, but they're nothing special. So really his best use is early on as sort of a frontline brawler, but as you get later in the game, his utility in regular battles reduces a fair bit. Now on the good side, he has a couple of uses of barrage that you can use in army battles, which is always good. His daughter Lun has a bit more versatility in terms of overall usage. Lun is... well, she's got a bit more in terms of magic and magic resistance and such, which is good. She also has pretty high affinity with water, which means if you want to put a water rune on her, have her be a healer, you're more than welcome to. As it turns out though, in the magic department, and certainly in the magic support department rather, she is actually beat by her mom, by Log's wife, Kisara. Kisara is a short-range mage, which might have you thinking, oh god, we've got another Cornelio on our hands. Well, in that sense at least. But Kisara is far more sturdy than Cornelio is. And no, it's not because of her assets, you dirty-minded people. She's more sturdy because she's got better stats. Her magic is really good for early in the game, and her stability as a, maybe not an upfront character exactly, but her stability as a fighting character actually isn't too bad either. So, effectively, of those characters, if you want to use them, I would recommend probably Kisara for more of a sort of a longer term impact. None of the Raftfleet people are going to be incredibly useful in the long term, except obviously for Admiral Raja. But Lun is pretty serviceable. Kisara is pretty good as a water support character and a pseudo fighter early on. Later on, we won't be using any of them, but still, they make for a pretty good set early on. Okay, now that we've done with that, I want to show you the secret. The secret of basically breaking this game early on. I'm not going to be using it because, honestly, Suikoden 5 is not a particularly hard game anyway, so I'm not going to be using any exploits, but it's still a good thing to know about, just in case anybody does want to use this, you're more than welcome. I'm not going to, but I do want to show you anyway. Okay, so in order to initiate this, let's go to the inn. And as we go to the inn, we are actually going to use a function at the end that we haven't used yet, and that is resting. So what you want to do is, first off, I will emphasize in this, do not leave Wrathfleet if you want to use this. If you do, you'll lose access to it forever and ever, amen. So go to the inn, rest, and we're not going to save because I'm still recording. But once you rest, then head back to command. So I'm actually going to run over, and I'll see you guys back on board the Dahak. Alright, so now, obviously, we're back here in the main station, and you see everybody standing around. If you talk to Lucretia, you can fight the battle again. And you can fight it over and over and over as much as you like while you are still in Wrathfleet. After you leave Wrathfleet, essentially it tells the game that you've won the second army battle, and it's pretty much the end for that. Alright, so that pretty much wraps it up here. And next time on Suikoden 5, we are going to head out of Wrathfleet and head back to Rainwall, where, conceivably, we could move the game forward in a big way, but we're actually not going to, because what we will do instead is initiate a side quest that's going to help us out a great deal in recruiting some pretty good characters, well, much earlier than we could otherwise. So, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later.